In this video, we would understand how to multiply decimal numbers by tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. Let's do this with an example. Let's say we have a number 3175 and 81 hundredths, and we multiply this by 10. We do not have to do long multiplication for this. All we have to do is just move decimals. We count the number of zeros. We have 1 0 here. So we move the decimal one place right. And the answer that we get is 31758.1. How do we read it? 31,758 and 1/10. Similarly, if we multiply 3175.81 with 100, we count the number of zeros. We have 2 zeros there. We move the decimal 2 places right. 1, 2. And the decimal comes here. Therefore, the answer is 317581. Decimal goes at the end. Decimal at the end means it's up to you if you want to put the decimal or if you don't want to put the decimal. Therefore, the answer we got is 317,581. Let's say we have to multiply 3175.81 with 1,000 now. We count that there are 3 zeros. Let's rewrite this number. We have 3175.81. The number of zeros is 3. We start with the decimal place and then we move 1, 2, 3 spots right. Here goes the decimal. Now we see there is an empty spot. The empty spot is always filled by a 0. Therefore, the final answer that we got is 3175810. How do we read it? Is 3,175,810. Therefore, we conclude here is that if we have to multiply a given decimal number with tens, hundreds, thousands, or maybe more than that, 10,000 and so on, then we have to count the number of zeros, and the number of zeros will equal to the number of places of decimals that you will move by on the right side. So we always move towards right for multiplication, and the number of steps that we move right is equal to the number of zeros that we have. Let's do another question for the sake of practice. Now we have 28134.32 multiplied by 10. We have 1 0. So we are multiplying. Multiplying means we have to move the decimal right by one place. So we move the decimal right by one place, and the decimal comes in between 3 and 2. Therefore, the answer is 28134.3.2. If you want to name it, it would be 281,343 and 2/10. Next, when we multiply the same number with 100, 100 has 2 zeros. Therefore, we would move the decimal 2 places right, and the decimal would end up after 2. We are moving right because it's multiplication. Multiplication means the decimal is moved right, and the number of places you move it by is decided by the number of zeros you are multiplying it with. So the answer that we got is 2813432. Next, we have to multiply 28134.32 with 1,000. 1,000 has 3 zeros. So we move the decimal 3 places right. 1, 2, and 3. And the decimal will end up here. Empty spot is going to be filled up with a 0. We can put it here, 2813432. The answer that we get is 28,134,320. And this is how we multiply numbers with decimals, with tens, hundreds, thousands, and so on. No matter how many zeros are there, zeros are only going to tell us how many places right are we moving the decimal if we are multiplying.